What episode?
Welcome to The Push. My name's Steve Machine Curran.
And I am Kev Big Daddy Allwood. We are up to episode 46. Yes, it is.
And we're in the walnut room of the Push Mansions.
We are. And we're pushing 50.
Well, some of us are beyond 50.
We're pushing 50 episodes.
Here we are, man. Who would have thought we'd get this far?
Yeah,
We started on just a dream and a wish on a falling star, a shooting star.
You idiot.
And, you know, I said to you one day, Kev, one way we can make millions of dollars
And I was in.
is to run back.
100%.
Yes. And we haven't looked back since.
We haven't looked back.
We've been through marriages and babies and
been pushing weights, pushing 50 and
pushing the limits of sanity.
That's right.
And speaking of sanity, we're all losing our shit. Well, some of us more than others. How's your sanity? Given let's update the world on the COVID
Okay, so it's the
Apocalypse.
5th of April
2020.
2020. We are a few weeks into the corona
Pandemic.
debacle. Australia currently has 5,500 cases with 30 deaths. And the whole world, we're just about at 1.2 million cases with 64,500 deaths. US
Yes, it's fucked.
US has got 310,000 cases with 8,500 deaths. Yeah, it's going up every day. Everything's going up. Australia still has slowed the growth.
How's Italy going?
Italy is like after the US. Italy, I think, has the next highest number of cases, if assuming China's reported cases are accurate.
China's. Do you think China might be being a bit duplicit in this?
So China reckon they've got about 80,000 cases and 3,000 deaths, whereas
Out of 1 billion people.
Italy has got 124,000 cases with 15,000 deaths.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, you would expect, based on the fact that China also has a lot of old people who smoke, like Italy, you would, and it started there, that they would have more than what they're reporting.
And 5G started there. If you're a conspiracist, which I'm not.
Conspiracist.
Is that a word?
It is now. It's a good word. Conspiracist. Yeah, so anyway, don't worry about China. Italy has got 15,000 deaths, so they're doing the worst in the death toll. Not good.
How's your home country?
New Zealand. New Zealand had their first death from it the other day,
Right.
about a few days ago, but they're sitting at about 800 for the whole country.
Okay.
But they're on like week 3 of a 5-week lockdown.
Do you know the reality is that COVID actually started in New Zealand?
Okay.
And there was, people they talk about they talk about cross contamination from humans.
Oh, you're so funny.
And,
oh, you're hilarious.
It wasn't actually bad.
It wasn't bad. It was sheep.
And it wasn't being eaten. Sheep were getting fucked.
Yeah, okay. That's hilarious.
I just made that up then.
Yeah, I know. That's great.
New Zealand sheep.
Yeah, you're so funny. I'm surprised.
Barbaric.
Yeah, you're funny. Okay, so
has there been any sheep deaths from COVID?
the corona wasn't started in New Zealand.
Okay.
Yes, that's funny.
So let's talk about. Everybody knows the cons, the negatives of COVID. People die. It's not optimal. You get a really bad flu. At best case scenario, you get a bad flu. Can't train. Can't leave the house. Most people have lost their businesses. A lot of people have lost their houses. Anyway. It's not fun. So let's think about some positives. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, last podcast I let you know about that gin company, that gin distillery company that we're now pumping out
alcohol,
sanitizing hand wash. Yeah. Alcohol-based hand wash. Yeah. So that there's cases like that.
So many business, big business that is benefiting from this is obviously sports equipment. Do you like that?
That's right.
That shop, FitBiz on William Street. I've been in there once in 10 years, and now there's lines at the door.
Really?
They're killing it.
Really, I haven't been past there.
They've been clearing out stock and then having to. So they're doing very well.
I was going to touch on this too. Just the regular sporting stores, Rebel Sport, they've sold out, and Kmart and everywhere have sold out of all their home gym gear. Online sales are going through the roof for home gym equipment.
How many of the people that are buying home equipment are actually going to use it, do you think, for the interim?
I think they all are.
Really?
You think that people are going to buy it and not use it, just stick it under the bed?
For sure.
Like the
next to their
Flex 4000.
Exactly. I think I would actually venture that the majority of people are going to. I'm not talking about the people on the ground that are showing everybody their home workout, because that's what we need more of to see. But the people, I think the average punter is going to buy a heap of dumbbells, put them in their garage or in their
and maybe use them once or twice.
Do it a couple of times. Like,
you could be right. What I was going to ask you: do you think that this will be the demise of commercial gyms because of everyone buying all their home?
No,
our good friend Nick's bought his own squat rack.
No, definitely not. Because, again, we're looking at our group of friends are in a percentile, a niche within a niche of people that are quite obsessed about training and getting it done. That's not the average person.
Right.
In fact, the average person isn't actually probably a gym goer.
Is the average person buying home gym equipment though?
No, but that's my point. So the average person isn't actually training anyway. I don't know, because I know I went to Sydney Park today, and just on the side note, it's the first time I've walked up the hill that I usually do sprints up. And I felt a bit sad because there's people running up it. The parks are packed with people exercising.
Yes.
Now, I don't know. So in that's a positive as well. There's probably more people exercising than ever before.
Getting out and going for walks, even just
because there's nothing else to do.
Yes, there is nothing.
But I think there'll be a hell of a lot of dusty
babies born.
Dusty babies. There'll be there's going to be COVID babies, isn't there?
There's going to be like another what do they call it after the war?
During the blackouts. During
baby boomers, the boomers. There's going to be another phase of those. The COVID.
Is that
boomers.
why they're called the baby boomers?
Oh, you seriously didn't know that? After World War II, when all the soldiers came home, they were banging everyone left, right, and centre, their wives, and pumping out babies. So for the period of sort of say mid-40s. Right through to sort of mid-50s, anyone born in that time are baby boomers, because there was a boom of babies born from after the war, with all the soldiers returning home.
My daughter now, because kids now, Gen Z? Gen Z? She Gen Z? That's when they say, sit down, boomer.
Yes. Is that what your daughter says to you? Does she call you a boomer?
Of course.
But you're not a boomer.
No, I'm not a boomer. I'm
your
Gen
parents
X.
were
Gen
boomers.
X. Yes, I'm Gen X.
My mum and dad were born in 47. That is exactly boomer age.
We're Gen X. We just made into Gen X.
But she's just lumped you in with the 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds.
Yeah. What were we talking about? So exercising. I think there's going to be a lot of rusty
dumbbells. In garages.
Just used a few times and then thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go to Netflix. I'm just going to watch some
Netflix and chill and make
and bang my missus.
Yeah. Well,
that's not a bad thing.
But is it the regular people buying up the gym equipment, or is it trainers and fit people who go to the gym that are wanting to continue their
definitely
training,
that.
Don't want to lose their gains?
Definitely that. That's part of it. Who doesn't want to lose their gains?
I don't want to lose my gains. I'm backing that up with extra calories.
That's right, we discussed that.
Look at that arm.
Yeah, so I think it's a combination of both. But you keep in mind, look, how many people, the average gym, there's a lot of people that are just fucking around. And they may, they'll think, oh, look, I've suspended my gym membership, so I can easily put some money towards some equipment. And it's just going to sit there.
Yeah, maybe. I was going down the path of when I asked you about whether you think that gyms will die. I think some gyms will close down forever, but
I think there's a lot of those little.
But you do realise that let's say this whole situation goes for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Let's just say for argument. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be longer. Who knows?
Yeah.
We could be still doing this 2 years from now.
Yeah.
But let's say it goes for 6 months, and then numbers are right down. There's no new cases happening, and all the figures are saying what they need to say for everyone to be, for the Prime Minister and everyone to be happy with getting back to normality.
Yes.
They will stagger it back in. They're not all of a sudden, we're not going to be having big music festivals and stuff. It's gonna,
For sure.
they're going to stagger it back the opposite, like a reverse diet from
from a
prepping
comp.
for a comp.
Yes.
You've got to reverse out of this
Good point.
social distancing. So they'll
Or like a
increase.
truck backing out, you put the reverse button on. Beep.
But surely that's how they'll do it.
It's not
They'll
really
say,
something,
okay,
is it?
you can now have 10 people in the park together rather than 2. That they will, start to open some businesses, things like that. They're not going to all of a sudden go back to full. They're not going from low volume straight back to full volume. They've got to increase incrementally.
Yeah, probably right. Which means that big concerts, clubs,
Gyms, they'll be the last
no,
things.
I disagree. I think gyms, given that hairdressers are still open, I think
Hairdressers are generally one-on-one though.
so are gyms.
No, but you can have 100 people in the gym at one time.
Well, then maybe
They'll have to bring new rules in. 30
Maybe.
people in the gym, one out, one in, that sort of thing.
yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's how they'll stagger it. Maybe.
Unless there's a vaccine.
They're saying about 18 months to get a
Or
vaccine
maybe yeah.
tested and they've got to test that shit on animals, then test that shit on humans, and they get things approved and blah blah blah, get funding. They're saying from the experts that I've been listening to, and I have been listening to experts because I have conversations with them. Being an expert myself.
We discussed that. You've got the you've actually got the deep. What's it called? Why have I got a block with that? I have a block with a number of things. Deep
Deep cover.
deep cover.
No, I've just been listening to some podcasts from doctors, but
But it's better than listening to some mates who are trainers.
yeah, that's right. Like 2 dickheads sitting in a room talking. They're saying 18 months, about 18 months to have a proper vaccine. But I mean, people are trying medication. Did you hear about that couple that tried a medication that wasn't the medication, wasn't the right one? And
What happened to them?
I'm not sure if they died. I think they might have died. It was like
What they try?
Trump announced that there was this
Malaria or something.
there was this drug that they were trialing, and there's a very similarly named drug that's used to clean out algae from koi ponds,
And they use that.
and they took it,
That's ridiculous.
and I'm pretty sure they died. A couple, maybe
Oh,
from
that's-
Miami,
that's-
maybe.
that's
And they said they were like, Trump told us to take it, which he didn't do. He just said that we're like,
that's just Darwin's theory of
yeah, that's right.
survival.
That's right.
Survival of the
fittest, and
in action.
weed out the fucking dummies.
Morons.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, they weren't destined for greatness.
they weren't at all.
No, they're probably like extras on that Tiger King show.
Oh, yeah. There's a bit of that.
Freaks. Okay, so look, I think that these businesses that have been forced to close down, like gyms, they're in a not an enviable position.
No.
Like that they still have rents to pay. They still, I mean,
I think, assuming the rents are getting frozen.
Okay, so if the gym owners don't have to pay rent to the landlord, then do the landlords not have to pay back the banks?
Well, I know in City Gym's case, the owners owned that building for a long time outright. So,
But that's not the case with everyone. Like
not the case with most people.
That's right. I mean,
It's the same with mortgages.
well, are the banks saying, okay, you can't evict people, but that doesn't mean they're not wanting their money.
No,
That needs to happen, I think.
yeah.
The government needs to tell the banks that they've got to freeze mortgages.
That's happened in Italy, I think.
Okay, so if the government, if mortgages are frozen and
Do you ever get this?
Hang on.
Can I just say, just caveat, we have no idea what we're talking about.
Okay, but listen, I have a question for you.
Okay.
If you have a business, if you own a building and there's business in it and they pay you rent and you pay a mortgage to the bank,
Yeah.
what about like the City Gym owners who own the building outright, or people who own their houses outright and they receive rental income and that's their income
That's right.
to live off?
Yeah.
If you have a a house
So
that
some
you
investment
rent
properties
out,
or something, yeah.
and you own that property outright. You don't owe the bank anyone. So all your neighbours who have mortgages, their mortgages are frozen. Don't have to pay money to the bank. That's fine. What about you who own your place outright, and that's the income you live off?
Yes. You're fucked.
What happens to them?
I don't know.
They have to get $1,500 a fortnight from the job seeker
Yes.
dole.
Yes. Good point.
It's a tough situation.
It's everything. Everything has a domino effect.
I bet you that fucking ScoMo's sweating a few beads of sweat every night over that table discussing all this shit.
There is no precedent for any of this. That's the thing.
Yeah.
How are your kids coping? Are they aware of any? Are they aware of it at all?
Yeah, they're totally aware. All the schools
are they scared?
as you would know, all the schools have had to put all their syllabus online.
Are they concerned?
They said to me the other day, when will we be able to go back to school? And then the other kid said, when coronavirus is finished. So they know that there's this virus out there that people are getting sick from it. They're pretty aware. I think, one of my boys is at high school first year, and the other one's almost at the end of primary school. And those schools have been onto it from the start.
Yes.
With emails to the parents, updates from the principal, updates from the government on their emails and stuff. They've had to be right at the front line basically, because are schools closing? Yes, they are. No, they're not. Schools are still open. There's a skeleton staff of teachers there, so that people who have to send their kids to school because they're working in hospitals and so forth can still send them. The schools have been really quick to react and
quick
adjust.
to get their get curriculum out.
That's right. Like, the teachers are putting each day's subjects online with assignments and tasks for the kids, and the kids log on each day like a roll call, and then have to submit their shit online. Like they've been really. I've actually been very impressed with the schools, because they didn't have any online stuff before, and now they've had to adapt to that and create this almost instantly overnight. They've been very thorough, quite impressive.
My daughter just says she's too disappointed because she's school captain and she's really not going to actually have any sway over that.
Yeah, that's right.
But then she's also saying, imagine if all the parents died and the kids take over the world.
Yeah, except that it's not just an old person.
Can you imagine that? It would be like, you read Lord of the Flies?
Yes, Lord of the Flies.
Imagine that, but on a global scale.
Yeah, I know.
Just kids killing each other.
There's no one over 18.
18. It'd be madness. So I posted a photo. I just that graph I posted with the three rings.
Yeah, I did see it. I zoomed in on it.
Couldn't be bothered.
Nah, couldn't be bothered.
The three states of behaviour, and what do you want to be in this crisis? State of fear being, cultivating fear, sharing information on social media without actually ever regulating it, obsessively watching the news, and just basically terrified and promoting terror.
Right.
So that's pretty much you, yeah? Or state of learning, where you're actually trying to cultivate awareness. You're filtering info, so you're not just... Because I see some people's accounts on Facebook and they're just churning out COVID... doomsday stuff.
Yep.
Or doomsday memes, or complaining a lot.
Right.
And that's state of fear. State of learning is like trying to cope with it, recognizing these are feelings of terror and actually saying, okay, do I need to act on this?
Feelings of terror. Have you felt feelings of terror? I know it's serious, but I haven't really been... I've not put a mask on once. Have you?
Oh, only in the bedroom.
Which one is that? Is it the Spider-Man one or the Incredible Hulk?
Mask.
The GIMP mask.
It wasn't definitely wasn't a surgical mask. Well, that's probably no.
We should start wearing masks like that to the supermarket.
We should.
GIMP
That's
masks.
a good idea. I'm just trying to.
I'm just protecting my whole head.
You know the ones with the hoses? What's the hose for? Actually, I know what the hose is.
One with a massive dildo on it.
Yeah.
Wear that mask.
I think you've got that one.
Yeah. I'll bring it back tomorrow.
Yes. Actually, that's a good idea. You probably get served first or last.
Yeah, have you actually seen anyone wearing one of those old school World War II gas masks?
Someone should wear that. That would be great. I should just wear my No, I just wear my
Gimp mask. He's getting it out of his bottom drawer.
No, my
Oh yeah, sleep apnea.
I'll just wear my
mask.
sleep apnea mask.
You look like that bad baddie from Batman. What's his name?
Bane.
Bane.
Look, I think I could go to the
Supermarket without
super
him.
like this,
You should.
and it's completely inconspicuous. So I would just go.
You need a mouth cover though as well.
Good point.
You need to combine it with a mouth cover.
So I just get a ball gag
Yes.
for my mouth,
Get your ball gag.
and it's in the company, and then say, could I get 2 kilos of Bassa, please? What do you think?
Yeah. Carry that.
I'll carry the machine with
the
me.
machine. Carry that, and then just be like stopping and like keeling over every 10 meters or so
Can you
to
imagine?
get your breath, and like spitting and.
No, it's okay. It's okay. And can you imagine, like, and say, oh no, that's okay. So
Okay, it's okay.
I've been tested. It's all right.
I'm being tested. I get the results tomorrow.
Yeah. But this is purely for sleep. I reckon I'd be locked up within the hour.
You know, turn it off.
It turns off by itself.
Oh, was that on?
No. As soon as it sticks to your face, it starts blowing.
Yeah,
air
wow.
down your
I've
throat.
never actually seen one of those before.
In action. Very effective, man.
We should go to the supermarket. I'll film you. I'll go in first and I'll just
We'll
film
probably
you.
get arrested.
And I'll
Seriously.
film people's reactions.
I could, you know what? You just have the tube.
Just dangling.
No. So this is what we should do. Let's say after the show we'll do this. So I'll put this on and make sure it's on properly. And as I said, this is it's completely inconspicuous. No one's going to notice. If they do, because then I'll have the hose. The hose actually attaches, and I could put that down my pants like that. And we just got to get that ball gag back off you,
Right.
and then I'll be good to go. Yes.
People would
They
freak
freak
the
out.
fuck out.
Yeah.
People would move out. You'd get served first at the checkout. Speaking of supermarkets, did you hear that they are? Do you remember back? I don't know. Was it 15 years ago when there was a spate of taxi drivers getting attacked in their taxis, and so they put those perspex cage things
they
into
had
the
those
taxis?
bubbles.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. They were quite. They didn't last long, did
No,
they?
they didn't last long. They started putting them in all taxis to protect
That's
the
right.
driver,
Yeah.
and then after 6 months or whatever it was, 3
Completely
months,
impractical.
they pulled them out because it was just annoying.
And now Uber's happened. It's all just.
That's right,
on
free
their
for all.
own.
But there's talk of putting the supermarket checkout operators in similar type of things, perspex little cages.
They have split screens.
Yeah, but this is like a full booth.
They could just have my mask.
Have you heard that though about the
No,
supermarket?
I haven't. But it's valid because they imagine how many people they come in contact with a
Yeah,
day.
I know. And if it's so airborne, like they say, they're in danger.
And they're still accepting money as well, cash.
I've been to a few places where there's been signs saying, like at
Bunnings.
Bunnings, it says cards only if possible, please,
Yeah.
so that you don't have to have that hand-to-hand contact of cash.
Given
I still use cash.
given that we're just stacking bricks of money, what do you do? I seen it the other day.
What you mean? Because your house looks like Breaking Bad lockup. With,
No. You know how
money piled up.
those videos you see those guys. I've seen you doing it. You're doing it downstairs, like just a brick of like wads of cash containing you on the phone.
Right. Like 50 grand and hundreds.
And hundreds.
Hundreds.
Blue hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
They won't accept that.
Shout out to Cool John.
Yeah, good song. Let's get back to the stage.
My
So basically,
my 5-year-old knows that word for word. He raps it in the
I
car.
don't know if that's appropriate, is it? Is this swearing?
There's one swear word, but he thinks they're saying flex instead of fuck. She's ready to flex something. It's actually fuck something.
I'm
But
sure it is.
he says flex.
So
I just let him think it's flex.
state of fear, state of learning, and of course, the one that you want to get to is state of, I can't actually read what it says, growth,
Right.
where you're compassionate, empathetic, you appreciate your loved ones, you're grateful, and you're trying to help others.
Yeah, okay. So I
Where do you sit on the spectrum?
I tried to look at that little chart that you put up, and I just
then
like,
you just looked at some titties instead. Some tattooed titties instead.
yes.
There are people that there's people that seem to be excelling in this. Probably Pay, who is a clinical psychologist, child psychologist who we've had on the
She
show.
put up that same chart. Did you get it from her, or did she get it
She
from
got
you?
from me.
She got it
Please,
from
come
you.
on,
guru.
I'm in the growth area.
You're the
I'm in the
guru.
growth zone.
The growth guru.
Pay seems to have just seems to taking it as a stride. Like she's running every day. She just seems to be baking and running, baking cakes, running. Just killing it.
Have you done any baking, Steve?
Um,
I would have guessed that's not your forte.
It's not my forte. I can cook 3 things: oats.
Water?
Yeah. I burn water. Oats, chicken breast, and bassa. In that order.
That's your day basically
do you
planned
know-
out there, isn't it?
Do you know other people you think are doing well in this situation? Gabriella's doing all right. She's completely unfazed. She's still working. She actually performs better when there's a lot of stress. When things are going really well, we were on a really good run prior to my knee and everything, and I was in a really good place, and she was miserable.
Right.
Now that the world's coming to an end, she's actually
Thriving.
stepped up, doing stuff. She would never go grocery shopping. Refuses to go grocery shopping usually. I always have to do it. Because I've only just come off crutches, she's had to do the grocery shopping. It's like it's no problem. She's like, on the way home, I'm going to pick up some groceries. Like that. That is just
That never used to happen.
Never happened. It's weird.
Why did it never used to happen?
Because she was too stressed and tired.
Ah.
Now that there's a global pandemic, she's all right.
Oh, so her stresses are nothing compared to what's going on? Is that?
No, she's just in times of in times of calm and equanimity. Is that a word?
I know you're telling the story.
When things are good, she gets bad. It's basically good things, bad gab. Bad things, good gab. It's simple as that.
Right.
Probably put that on a pie chart.
You need to like move around and follow all the like disasters.
Well,
and stuff.
I'm thinking maybe moving to Africa where there's an Ebola outbreak.
Like those, like that movie Twister, where people follow the tornadoes around the states. You can follow every major outbreak
of
or
disaster.
Go there, yeah.
And she'd be beside herself with glee.
You go to New Orleans when there's a hurricane. You go to Thailand when there's a bloody tsunami.
Another group of people that are doing really well, apart from chemists, obviously, big pharma, exercise store, is online TV streaming services.
Oh yes.
Yes.
How many are you enrolled with now? I've only got Netflix.
I've got 14.
No.
I've got Stan, Netflix, Amazon. No, that's it. And there's a free one. I sent you a free one. There's a free one as well. You just download.
Ah.
Yeah, pretty sure.
That you watch on your phone.
We can stream it to your TV if you've got
Oh yeah, smart TV.
Also, I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. But what I have watched recently, what I want to watch is we were talking about Spencer Confidential, that movie with Mark Wahlberg, and Eliza Schlesinger.
Yeah. Schlesinger.
Good stand-up. Good movie. Didn't you think?
Oh, the movie's funny. Yeah, I like Marky Mark though.
Mark Wahlberg's great.
Yeah.
She's great as well.
Did you see Steve Mack put a picture up of Wahlberg, age 21, and then next to him, Wahlberg, age 48?
Next
follow
to
Steve Mack? Huh?
No, I don't think he comes up on my feed.
Instagram. Right, so it was a split photo. Marky Mark when he was a Calvin Klein model, age 21, shirt off, wearing jeans. Marky Mark, 48, same wearing jeans, virtually the same
Okay.
image.
Yeah.
Probably slightly better at 48.
Yeah. This is like the same
Except
thing.
there's a little bit of gyno on one titty.
Yeah. This is the same as the Rock scenario for me. You know, these guys, and I spoke about this with the being an invalid last week.
Yes, I agree with you on this.
How hard is, and he gets all this applause for getting up at 4 and training. He literally gets up at 4. You've seen his gym, right? He's got a commercial gym at his disposal.
Yes.
And even if you're on set, you got to get out of your caravan and your catered breakfast and saunter over to wherever the gym is.
While there's $100 million oozing out of your bank account.
And out of your butt. and then go and train and be on pharmaceuticals that are just you can pay for with just nothing to you.
No, they get delivered, home delivered.
And have a doctor probably prescribe them.
And inject them.
And I don't think it's, look, it's great that he's like that. Don't get me wrong, but don't tell me it's hard. It's not hard. It's not hard when you're able-bodied. It's actually not hard to get up and train. As this injury is really, it's made me realise, and I think I've discussed it, but I'll repeat it again, how we idolise genetically superior. Are you looking at your phone, motherfucker? Well, I'm about to give you.
No, I'm listening to you.
I'm kicking it real. We idolise genetically superior people that actually do what they do relatively easily, and yet it's easy for them. And I think I'm going to actually make a point of watching the Paralympics this time, because those fuckers, that's hard work. Getting into the shower is hard work when you've got one leg, you know. So anyway.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Back to Spencer. Yeah. So Spencer Confidential. Get off your phone, man.
I am.
Okay, good. Eliza Schlesinger. She's also got in a new sketch show that's on Netflix. I'm going to watch that. That'll be cool. Do you like Tiger King?
It was alright. It wasn't.
It's not groundbreaking, is it?
No, it wasn't like I was expecting it to be this amazing thing, but it's a bunch of rednecks shooting guns and owning tigers
and losing limbs.
That's basically it. It's not that great. It's
not that shocking either, really.
It's not that shocking. It's entertaining a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it was that great. I watched a Viking movie after watching that, and I liked the Viking movie better.
Ozark is back. You have to watch Ozark. Great.
Isn't it Ozark?
Ozark. You know what you do need to watch is Al Pacino in The Hunters. Nazi hunting.
It's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Pacino's great. I mean, he's just Pacino. He just does the Pacino thing. This time he's a Jewish Pacino.
It's his first TV
show. Thing. Yeah. So he's just doing the first season. They took him out on the end of spoiler alert.
Oh, really? They took him out? They couldn't afford
him. Pacino. He's not going to do more than one season.
They couldn't afford him.
Couldn't afford him.
No.
He's great though.
So did he get replaced by another actor?
Oh, you have to watch it. But the thing with a lot of those series, and this is why Breaking Bad was so good. You can just tell that a lot of these series, they're just going to go on. There's never really anywhere to go. It just becomes more convoluted, and they have. Did you ever watch that show where the guy he was in Iraq or something, and he got flipped? He became a Muslim, redheaded guy.
No.
Anyway, they don't really go anywhere.
Oh, you mean the ones that just go season after season after
season after season, and they don't really. Does that make sense?
Have there been shows that just have continued on and don't stop?
And do it well? Well,
no, don't they all have a finite length?
Oh, maybe I just watched them too long. I think a lot of them end way too. A lot of them go too long.
Right. They push for another season or two.
Yeah, Breaking Bad is the only one that I think kept that interest and that intensity for the entire time.
Did you watch Sons of Anarchy?
Couldn't get it. We've discussed that. I couldn't get into it.
Oh,
no, I couldn't get into it, man. Sorry.
I loved it.
Yeah, well, that's because you want to be a bikie.
I don't.
You don't have any hair. So
I have no desire to be a bikie.
You got that tattoo. You thought I got a tattoo now. Now I'm legit.
It was after watching something.
That's what happened. You thought I'm gonna get a tattoo, a little girly one, mind you, but then you realise you had to grow a beard and long hair, and it was all over.
I could do half that.
You can't even grow a beard.
I could grow a grey beard.
Can you?
Yeah.
I've never seen you with more than a 5 o'clock shadow.
I used to have a goatee. Don't you remember that?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
What do you think of my shirt?
No, can I just talk about your goatee for a minute?
Yeah.
And how gay it was?
Right.
Did you have a little flavour saver for a little while?
Yeah, I had a few different things.
Yeah, that's right. You did too. I never fucked with any of that.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I had the 50 Cent fucking line beard thing too.
Oh,
for a
you
while.
did? Yeah. I did rock some sideburns for a long time. Sideburns were legit for a long time. Terrible. Fucking terrible.
902, I know.
We all had sideburns.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Like,
Down to the bottom of your ear.
down to the bottom, or, in line, like different shapes.
Yeah.
Ridiculous behaviour.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Or down and then out a little bit.
Oh, that's just wrong. I guess you're trying to once the facial hair starts becoming art, or even it starts becoming feminine in a way, which is weird because facial hair and femininity are probably
you mean if it's shaped?
Contradiction in terms, but yeah, you see a lot of gay guys. Their beards, gay guys and Lebanese guys, their beards are so perfectly manicured.
Or they wax wax above it.
Is it waxed or is it trimmed or cutthroat maybe?
Cutthroat waxing or even laser. They laser the edge of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It's a bit much, isn't it?
Because you know how if you were to grow your beard, there's a few stray hairs that are above that. The line from there, right? It might be uneven line or it might be a few strays. They get that shit lasered off, so it's perfectly symmetrical and
fucking hell, man.
You know.
Look. Maybe if my beard wasn't white like Santa, I might have a go, have a bash. But
why don't you grow it out white and then dye it black?
Yeah, then I'd really would.
And then dye it every 3 days. So
a lot of guys do that. There's guys at the gym that do that.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
It's got to be painstaking.
Like painted, I guess. Yeah, bald head, black beard. I know, I'm not feeling it. I used to like having a 5 o'clock shadow occasionally. Before it used to look quite masculine, I think.
Back when George Michael was doing it.
Yes. Yeah, about as masculine as George Michael.
It was pretty masculine for a gay guy, though.
I heard a story about him that he was so fucked up one night because he used to love to dabble, and it's what killed him over time. And he picked up some guy, and they were getting it on, and he was so wasted he shit himself in his bed. Right. That's not very sexy, is it?
No.
You don't really want it. That's not going to impress anyone.
You've done that, haven't you?
What? Gone home with George Michael.
Have you? That's a good story. That's a notch on the belt for you, Steve.
No on all levels there.
You've not shit the bed? Have you ever shit the bed?
I have actually shit the bed. I have shit the bed once.
You've shit the bed?
Yeah, that was bad, man.
Oh dear.
Gastro.
Oh right, yeah, that can happen.
The worst is gastro vomit, like when it's coming out both ends.
Did you think you were letting out a fart and it just like had some?
No, I was actually really sick and it just fucking like a fire hydrant.
Oh.
And we were at a hotel actually.
Oh.
So I had to strip the bed and just put all the bedclothes in the shower.
Yes. You would.
Not my finest hour. What about you?
No, I've never shit the bed. No.
I've shit myself quite a few times in general, just from I don't know why.
Yeah, I've shit myself a number of times.
Just sometimes, and when you leave your house and you think, oh no, I'll go to the toilet when I get there.
Right.
When you think that's never a good idea.
No, I agree with you.
It's never a good idea to go, oh no, I'll do it when I get there.
Yeah.
Because invariably, you don't get there.
That's right. So if you've got that little fucking
If you have that,
partial inkling of it,
go with it.
yes,
Stay at home.
just do it. Arrive 5 minutes later.
I've had to do things like I've been like nowhere near where I'm supposed to be, and it's coming, and then I've had to, and it's not a good feeling.
It's not a good.
It's not a good feeling, man. When you can feel your undies fill up.
I like to drink black coffee, so sometimes after drinking black coffee,
Hits ya.
It like opens up that inner fucking
Bowels. It opens your bowels.
and fucking you got to get to the toilet in a hurry.
Oh.
So that feeling, I know that feeling,
Yes.
and you don't have much time. There's not
No,
much leeway.
it's a very
there.
small window.
That's right.
And the thing is,
So hold on, back to you.
sorry.
You haven't been anywhere near where you've needed to be, and what's happened?
So I've filled my undies, and it's in the car while I'm driving.
No,
Oh, it's not comfortable.
you can't clench and hold that back.
Oh
in?
well, I've been trying. I've been clenching for however long until I can't when it's
Oh.
coming. And then so I've had to.
What's the consistency?
It's
I would fear that the consistency would be too unviscous to remain within the boundaries of the underwear.
I've been lucky that the undies have contained it,
Wow, you are lucky.
which is lucky that because I usually tend to wear jocks still.
I bet that's
It's a bit
comfortable.
old school wearing jocks.
Is that comfortable?
No, let me get to, but rather because you're wearing boxers, that shit literally is going everywhere, right?
Yes.
If you're wearing boxers,
Yes.
it's not contained.
No.
If you've got a pair of jocks on, at least for the most part, you can contain it. So what I've had to do before, this has happened.
If it's solidish, what if it's not solid?
Well,
by the time you've clenched and your stomach's been gurgling for 15 minutes, and it just it's and you can't stop it. Mine would be fucking quite liquidy.
it's quite explosive.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh.
My experience has been, I've had to get out of the car. I've checked my seat to see if there's any.
Yes.
Felt the back of my legs because you don't want to run out. And then,
And was there any on the seat and any on the road?
no, I've been lucky in that respect.
Wow.
Got to a public toilet. Had to take everything off, take my shoes off, so I don't obviously get it taken off. Got my undies. Fortunately, God love women for having their periods because then you've got the sanitary box.
Yes.
Just dump the undies straight away.
Yes. You do in the women's toilet.
Well, probably I usually get a disabled toilet.
Right.
It's a coverall for all, and you feel a bit you're walking like you're disabled anyway because you don't want to put your legs together.
Yes.
And then disposing of the undies in the tampon box, and then again, if you've got the luxury and privacy of a disabled toilet, you can wash everything properly.
Right.
And
That would be a good move, actually. Yes.
that's the best move. I've become a bit of an expert in it, unfortunately.
Is that because you've become an old cunt?
But it's because I haven't listened to that voice.
That
that
voice,
says,
the poo voice.
that's it, the poo voice. The poo voice. When the poo voice talks, you listen.
You must obey.
You must obey
You
or
must
face the consequences.
Obey the poo voice.
Yes. Hashtag obey the poo voice.
Mm.
No story, no experiences like that for you.
Yes, but not while driving. Not in the car. No, I've never shat myself in the car. Thankfully, fuck, it would be a disaster.
Shitting when you're sitting. Shitting when you're sitting in your pants.
I've shat myself in the middle in Oxford Street.
Yeah, well, you probably. That's probably because you.
And had track pants on and backed into a window to make sure there was nothing coming through the track pants, and I had to manoeuvre myself to the closest toilet, which was like the train station. Museum is.
That's a long way to go.
It was a long way.
Why couldn't you go to another toilet?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, that's just punishing. What colour were your track pants?
Shit dribbling down your legs, on your thighs, feeling it coming down your thighs.
Really? Oh, that's horrific.
It was.
That's worse than mine.
Yeah, I had to find myself a toilet where I could wash up and everything.
Did you have to put your trackies back on?
It was on my legs, not on the trackies.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, not good.
Oh, you said you didn't listen to the poo voice.
No, I didn't listen to the poo voice.
Didn't obey the poo voice.
No.
Oh, I get anxiety just thinking about that. What's that on the phone?
Don't worry about that.
I'll just get rid of that.
On the technical difficulty there with
Yeah,
our high-tech equipment.
Okay, so there's a learning for us all there in these difficult times.
Obey the poo voice.
Obey the poo voice. What was I also talking about was I've been watching some old episodes of Seinfeld.
Seinfeld was good.
It's great. It makes me happy.
Who's your favourite character on there?
I like them all.
Kramer?
No, I know he's popular, but it's a bit of a one-trick pony, really. I love Elaine and Jerry. I feel sorry for George. Cringe George.
George is funny.
He's like
George's father is funny.
Ben Stiller's dad.
Yes.
When where he's living, I was watching ones where he's living at home and he's at the table and they're just yelling at each other, and the bra salesman one.
Oh, the bra salesman.
Oh, you got to watch it, man. Where his dad hooks him up with an interview for a bra salesman role, and he goes, "You got to do some research." And George's like, "Have you ever seen bras?" And George's like, "Dad, I've seen a bra." He says to his missus to go and get him a bra. So his mother gets him a bra. They bicker all the time. It's beautiful. Yes. The mother disappears for ages. She goes, "How long to get a fucking bra? If it was me with some undies, I'd be here now with a second." It's just great. And then he's hands George the mum's bra. 2 cups in the front, 2 loops in the back. And you know about the cup sizes? Dad, I know. It's great. I love it. George just gets
harangued.
But you can't. There's that other one where the girl, Jerry's got the girlfriend, and on a side note, the girlfriend is the woman that plays, Bend and Snap in Legally Blonde. The girl because she's buxom, sort of big boob lady, really trashy looking. She helps the Legally Blonde girl how to move, bends and snap. No. You haven't seen Legally Blonde?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Anyway,
I know
it's her. It's her when she was young. Anyway, she plays Jerry's girlfriend,
right? And
she hates George, and George cannot cope with the fact that Jerry's girlfriend doesn't like her, and it's all she talks about. So he's in bed. George is in bed with his girlfriend, and she's saying, "Do you think she likes me?" And this was George. What does it matter? But really, do you think she likes me? And George just
he puts his foot in it so many times. Yeah.
And she said, "Look," at the end the girlfriend says, "It's either me or you're obsessed with this one." And he goes, "I've got to go. I can't. It's just I think because it's so painful because there's a part you can recognise a little bit of yourself in there sometimes when you're embarrassed."
Yeah, he plays that part
so
very
good.
well. He's very
so good.
Yes.
And Jerry always looks like he's about to crack up. When things get ridiculous, he looks like he's just about to lose it and lose the line.
Yeah, that smile is almost there.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great show. I'll try to get Bianca to watch it, but that would be breaking her policy of never watching anything before 2000. Daddy, this is old like you, and I don't want to watch it.
Is that really what she says?
Yeah. Look at the picture. It's all grainy and shit.
Wow. Imagine trying to get her to watch Happy Days or MASH or something.
Then again, we binge watched the nanny called the Fran nanny.
Oh, does she like that?
Love that shit.
Oh, I hated that show.
Oh, me too. But it's got nanny. It's got Fran. It's got the girls in it. She can just relate to it a bit.
I hated that show. My T-shirt.
Arnold
2020.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
I was supposed to go. Cancel that shit.
Yeah. Had you thought about just setting up your own competition in Melbourne on stage by yourself? You're in good shape.
I'm the only competitor.
Yeah.
And the promoter.
Well, you're going to win.
Yeah, that's true. I just buy myself. Why don't I just go down and buy myself a trophy every month at the trophy shop?
And wear whatever jocks you've got on.
I'd get some proper posing
get some proper ones.
Shiny ones.
Oil yourself up. Don't worry about tan.
It wouldn't be a good look right
just
now.
oil yourself up.
It wouldn't be a good look right now.
And what would you post to?
What would I want?
What music would you post to?
Probably.
YMCA. I can see it now.
I was thinking more like ABBA.
Yes. Yeah. Give me a Man After Midnight. I can see that.
I was thinking more like Dancing Queen. But I'll go with Give Me a Man. Gimme.
Pale, hairy.
Yeah.
All oiled up. Look like you got been in a vat of Crisco.
What? Where did this come from? Why?
Well, the people need to see something. They need a display of masculine,
Yeah.
Apollonian.
Couldn't do it. Can't do it. Hey,
Musculature.
Apollonian.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Isn't that like a breed of horse or something?
No, I meant to say Adonis-like.
Oh well, I am that.
Yeah,
yes,
well, clearly,
yes,
that's what I
true.
said.
That's true.
So, rather than the Arnold, it could just be called the Kevin.
The Kev.
The Kev, for sure.
The Kev.
Did you back in 07?
Kevin 07?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you rock a Kevin 07 shirt?
No.
Kevin
didn't.
Black did. You should have got one.
Yeah, I probably should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm running out of stuff to talk about.
There's been Big Kev. I used to get Big Kev when there was that Big Kev guy. You know that Big Kev guy? That
sold something. Sold fridges or?
No, he sold like cleaning products and all
Big
sorts
Kev,
of shit on
of course.
TV.
Yeah.
Infomercials.
That's
things.
right.
Big Kev's. Yeah, the whole
Whatever.
series of products.
Yeah.
Tough. Big Kev, grime off, whatever it was called.
Lubricants.
It wasn't lubricants, it was like spray and wipe type shit.
Yeah. I remember he used to he'd do infomercials on Carry On and stuff like that.
And he was a big fat man.
He was.
Right? I'm not a big fat man.
No, well, you are now.
I'm just a little fat man.
You were, but you weren't back then. You were ripped.
I know, I need to
You
get,
were
I need
ripped
to get
to
back in
dollars.
that headspace, actually.
Yeah, so this is episode 46. You've been saying that for about 46 episodes. That's
Hang
not
on,
true. That's
hang
not
on.
true. That's not true.
I've been in
We've been in good shape. We've been in pretty good shape.
I have been.
Yes.
Some of those earlier episodes, we even wore singlets.
We did.
Mm.
No, we got in good shape for the 2018 Summer Shred, and then for Mardi Gras as well. We were in good shape around Mardi Gras time as well.
Mm.
So it can be done again.
Can be done again, even at 48.
And 51. I'm not even worried about it, to be honest. I think there's no mirrors, so
There's no mirrors.
who
There's
cares?
no mirrors in the garage, Jim.
In the garage. There's no mirrors in the ghetto.
In the
Oh,
ghetto.
sounds like a movie. Well, we're just going to talk. We've just veered off into complete nonsense, though.
Yes,
so
we
this is
have.
episode 46. You need to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And anything else you want to add, Kev?
No, we'll see you next week.
Social distance. Take care. Peace out.
Wear your masks.